Um, we are back with another video. This time we are dealing with parabolas, and I hope by the end of this video you might gain something. Let's stop all the talking and get straight into this practice problem. I believe you can see that it says the graphs of f of x is equals to minus x squared minus 4x plus 5, which is here. I was able to spot that because the value of a here is minus. Of course, it has to frown, to unsmile, in other words. And g of x is equals to x squared minus 7x, plus 7x minus 8, which is here a smiling parabola. And the first question, it says determine the intercepts with the axis of f and g. We want to know the x-intercept and the y-intercept. Let's start with the one of f of x. And to find the y-intercept, we let x is equals to 0. For f, y is equals to minus, where we see x, we put in 0. See, 0 minus 4 to 0 plus 5. We are going to be left with 5. And as a coordinate, we can say the y-intercept is 0 and 5. Here, the y-intercept, we can write that down here. It's 0 and 5. But what about the y-intercept of g of x? Of course, it is here. It has to be negative also. But let's solve for it here. For g, y is equals to, where we see x, we put in 0. You see 0 squared plus 2, 7, not 2, 7 minus 8, and y has to be minus 8. As a coordinate, 0 and minus 8, like that. Here is 0 minus 8, like that. Now let's look for the x-intercept. Here, I'm gonna draw a line here. For the x-intercept, we let y is equals to 0. Let's start with f here. F, where we see y or g of x or f of x, we put in 0. Let's start with f. It's a minus x squared minus 4x plus 5 is equals to 0. Here you can use your quadratic formula. It doesn't really matter which method you use, but I'm gonna use the factoring method. You can also use the quadratic formula, is fine. And what I will do here is I will divide all sides here by -1. Negative x squared over -1, we get positive x squared. Negative 4x over 1, we get positive 4x. Positive 5x over -1, we get minus 5, is equal to 0 over -1, we get it to be 0. Now, we think of, since this is a trinomial, we can, open our brackets here. Is equals to 0. You can say x minus something or x plus something here. Which two values? They multiply together to give you 4. When you add them together, what I'm saying is that you look for two values, that when you multiply them together, they give you -5, and when you add them together, they give you a positive 4. Those two values is or are, I think, -1 and positive 5, because -1 times 5, it gives you -5, and -1 plus 5, it gives you positive 4 here. We're gonna put the -5 here, the -1 here, and the positive 5 here. And when we conclude this, we can see that x is equals to 1, or x is equals to -5 here. So as coordinates, we can say the intercept or the x-intercepts are 1 and 0, or -5 and 0, like this here. This has to be 1 and 0. I believe f and g have the same x-intercept. This here has to be -5 and 0, like that. Let's determine the x-intercepts of g now. Let's look at g now. Where we see g of x, we put in 0. You see, 0, or let me just say x squared plus 7x minus 8 is equals to 0. Since this is a trinomial, we can, we have plus minus here, we can put minus here, x plus something here is equals to 0. Which two numbers multiply together to give you -8, and when you add them, they give you a positive 7. Of course, we have -1 and positive 8, because -1 times positive 8, they give you -8. -1 plus 8, they give you positive 7. We can put 1 here, and we can put 8 here. Then we can conclude by saying that x is equals to 1, or x is equals to -8 here. Like I said, they have the same x-intercept, and here we can say it's -8 and 0, like that. And let's move on to another question. It says determine the turning points of f and g. The turning points, there are two ways to do this, to find the turning points. You can take this equation and put it in a vertex form, or you can use x is equals to minus b over 2a, but let's go with the easier one. I think it's 2.2. This was 2.1, 2.2. For f here, x is equals to minus b over 2a is equals to minus b here. B is -4 over 2a. What's our a value? It's -1. We get that our x is +4 over -2, which is equals to -2. That's our x value here. Our x value here turns out to be -2. Let's find the y value. What is the y value when x is equals to -2? In your original equation, you just put -2 where you see x, like this. Y is equals to minus into -2 squared -4 into -2 plus 5 minus 2 squared would give you positive 4. Positive 4 times negative 1, it gives you minus 4. And minus 4 times minus 2, it gives you positive 8. Minus 4 plus 8, it gives you 4, positive 4. Positive 4 plus 5, it gives you positive 9 here. So this is positive 9 here. You can just use your calculator, but who knows. My battery is low now, but I think we will finish the rest of the question in another video. But for now, I want to charge my phone so that I can continue doing solutions to these problems. I hope I will see you later. Bye.